So this last weekend, I came to the realization that I talk way too much when I get drunk. Just way too much. And it has just locked me into conversations that I simply do not want to be a part of. Because this weekend, I'm in a Lyft. Because, I drank. The only reason I take a Lyft is because, one, don't want to drive while I'm drunk or catch a DUI. And two, I don't feel like dealing with parking. But I'm coming back, and I'm not in a condition where I can drive. And guy picks me up, and it's like, oh, hey, what are you up to? Normal conversation. Pretty regular, guys at work. If I did that, I'd probably talk too. My dumb ass sits there and goes, yeah, you know, I've been thinking about, editing, getting into like content, seems like it'd be a good idea. And this man's eyes light up. He is excited. He found his next victim that he can lock into a conversation. He goes, "Oh, like YouTube?" I was like, "Yeah, YouTube might be a little cool. Like, always wanted to do that as a kid." And he goes, "I figured out algorithms, right?" I'm like, "I literally just got into the car with you 2-3 minutes ago." "No, I don't know that." But like, in my head, I'm like, "Oh, mashallah. Thank you, Jesus. I found the guy that's about to give me the cheat code. This is about to be sweet." So he goes on this whole spiel about how algorithms work. None of it sounds right. Literally not a single part of it actually makes any amount of sense. But I'm like, okay, you never know. I don't judge books by their covers, man. Anybody can know anything, and you can learn something from every conversation. So it's like, fuck it, why not? And he's like, "Yeah, I figured it out. I'm about to break the system. I'm about to figure everything out. I'm about to, run it up." And I'm like, "Oh, hell yeah, man, what? That's exactly what I would love to do, man. Hey, man, if you got the cheat codes, give me the cheat codes." So he goes, yeah. He was like, "Oh, man, like, maybe I'd like to follow your journey, man. You should follow me on Instagram." And this was the moment the bubble popped, and I just figured out that this was just a fucking waste of time. Because I look him up on Instagram. Again, mind you, I'm drunk, so I didn't really think of how dumb of an idea this was. I look him up on Instagram, and he has 5 followers. Now, I don't know about you, but if I broke, like, let's use the term broke, like, escape the Matrix. If I escaped the Matrix, and I showed you I had a, like, crypto wallet, and it had $27.36 in it, you would look at me like, this guy's fucking insane. And I look up, because I have it in my hand, I got my phone in my hand, I'm looking at the page. I look up, this motherfucker is still driving, turned completely around, looking at me. He goes, yeah, follow me. Of course I'm going to follow him. Obviously, this guy has my address, and he's crazy. So I'm like, okay, yeah, I hit follow. And then he proceeds to tell me that the way algorithms work is by hashtags. I'm like, all right, this is crazy. Because he goes, like, when the Super Bowl happens, people will, like, do hashtag Super Bowl, and then it'll bring attention inwards. I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. That's how they work. He goes, yeah, I'm making all my hashtags to go outwards. What the fuck could that possibly mean? So I look up, like, I tap on one of his posts, and I'm like, okay. It is a string of words this man has made up. He goes, yeah, that's how you crack the algorithm. You send it out, and then it comes back in. What the fuck are we talking about? Yeah, sure. Because again, I agree with him. The guy has my address. I'm not gonna sit here and argue with him, because he just gave off that vibe of, crazy. And it's like, it's much easier to just agree with a crazy person. Like, if you've ever had a homeless person at the gas station just come up to you and start talking, you're not gonna go back and forth with this guy. You're just gonna agree with everything he says, which is honestly probably part of the problem, and hope that nothing just triggers him. And he's telling me about all this, and I get out, he gets me home, and not only that, parked a little away from my house. So I'm like, yeah, it's, one house down. And he wants to keep the conversation going. And it's like, I am a hostage in this situation. I do not want to be here. I don't want to listen to this conversation. I am uncomfortable, but you know where I live. I made the mistake of hitting follow because, again, he was turned completely around, eyes wide open. And I should have known it was a mistake because when I saw the eyes, I've never seen a mountain lion or like an apex predator in real life, but I know what they look like when they see prey. He found someone. Oh, he found someone that was going to listen. And of course, my friendly ass was that person. Just dumb. I ended up blocking him as soon as I got in the house, locked all the doors, blocked him. Even now, I'm waiting a couple days to record this because I was hoping that he had enough Lyft rides through there that my address just got lost in the sauce, and hoping that didn't happen. And didn't happen, but he just can't record it again or find it, forgot about me, praying. And then I have another example where, again, just being I get a couple drinks in me, and I'm friendly. This time, I'm going to a concert, and it was the first concert I'd ever gone to alone. So, really loud music, I'm alone. I did what any normal person would do, and I had a drink or two, because I'm not that, like, I'm a talkative, friendly person, but I'm not, like, that confident where I could just go to a concert alone, dead sober. And this time, it was a guy from Pakistan with a master's degree. And I know that because as soon as I got in the car, he must have smelled it on my breath or just had a sixth sense because, again, the guy has like 8,000 rides. So I'm sure he knows when he's picking up someone that's lit. Like, duh. And he proceeds to tell me, like, he's like, yeah. Oh, yeah. I came from Pakistan. I have a master's degree. Are you into religion? I'm like, I mean, a little bit. Like, if I had to claim anything, I'd probably be like a Taoist. Because, I just finished reading a book on Buddhism. And it seemed like the safest option. Right. This guy then proceeds to tell me about how all religions do not condone drinking alcohol or partying. And this is after I told him that I'm going to a concert and he just knew that I was drunk. So for the next 10 minutes, he's going on this rant about how you need to work hard, you need to just slave away, grind, and just be a man, right? Be sober. Don't enjoy life. Don't go to the concert. So I asked him because I did what anybody during an intervention would do. I'm like, oh, so, what are you driving for Lyft for? He was like, oh, yes, I need to make money because I have a lot of kids. I'm like, oh, how many kids you got? He goes, 8. 2 mothers. You motherfucker. You motherfucker. This man had me feeling like an alcoholic piece of shit. And it'd be different if I was just dumb lit, right? No, I just had enough to where I'd feel comfortable existing alone in a super crowded space with a bunch of bright lights and loud noise. This time, I didn't even have this, oh yeah, I'm gonna snap. But I was like, oh, what does religion say about having baby mamas? Like, I don't have any baby mamas. I don't have any kids. And he goes, oh, it is okay because I take care of all of them. I'm like, I don't want to be in this conversation anymore. Like, I don't. I have been forced to, like, hear your ideology. Like, there's a lot of cool Lyft drivers and Uber drivers out there where it's like they're just doing their job. They're trying to make a little money on the side. They got off of work. You know, their partner works a different shift. So they're like, I just stay busy, make a little money, go home. I love those people. Those are my favorite people. I've had some great conversations with them. And then there's the pastors who need to turn every ride they give. And I don't know this for sure because I'm just one guy, but you don't do that to one person and not do it to a bunch. But they turn every single ride into an opportunity to hold someone hostage and just spit their gospel at them. And it's like, look, if we were just listening, if I just had to listen to someone preach, I would at least like some music. The car was dead silent. The guy's driving a town and country. So it's just his loud voice is just echoing, telling me how fucked up I'm living. How just no, this is not the way to live life. And all this other shit. And it's like, I'm getting judged by a baby daddy right now. And I go back to it. He knows where I live. I'm not gonna knuck up and like be the tough guy and like stand for myself when I'm just trying to get from point A to point B. Like, dude, look, if I wasn't a little lit right now, I would be driving. But again, I don't want a DUI. I don't want to hit someone. I don't want to fuck my life up. So I'm going to give you this little pape, get me from point A to point B. Conversations are cool. But why am I being preached to? Why are you driving for Lyft if you don't like people that are drunk? Your whole business model is on avoiding DUIs. That's the easiest way to describe it in my mind. Because if you weren't lit, why would you not just drive? You don't want to find parking? Valid excuse. You don't want to drive. You'd rather spend $20 to get somewhere than to just drive? No. It's like, dude, if you have such a problem with alcohol, I don't know, don't drive for Lyft. It's like saying, man, I hate when people gamble. And then working at a casino. Or like working at a gas station. Where it's like, dude, did you pick, like, you terrorist? You just want to hold people hostage and tell them exactly what you think of them. Because there is that implication of like, oh yeah, this guy's crazy. This guy's crazy. How are you this comfortable letting strangers into your car and just talking shit to them? And it wasn't like direct, like, oh, you're a piece of shit. It was like, oh, men who drink, they don't end up successful in life. Motherfucker, you have a master's degree and you're driving me around. If you're so fucking successful, it was a degree in mathematics, which again, how the fuck does that work? I have a degree in using a calculator is the quickest way I can describe it and think about it because it doesn't make sense to me. But if you're so successful, why are you a baby daddy driving Lyft? And it's like, I get it. You got a degree. That's cool. But like, why do you need to sit here and preach to me and hold me hostage? Because then we hit traffic. Like, once I finally deflected the conversation onto him, the traffic just stops on the freeway. And I had to sit here with the realization of like, dude, maybe if I just did not talk when I drank, I wouldn't put myself in these situations. But then I wouldn't open myself up to opportunities to like, have a great conversation. Maybe someone will tell me something that like changes my life. I don't know. But I'm just tired of these terrorists, man.